Hey everyone, how's it going? It is your pal Sal here, and today, well, as the title says, we are here to talk about Miranda Cosgrove's first studio album, Sparks Fly. And I couldn't be more honored to talk about this topic. So the reason why I decided to talk about this album, which I have right here, right now, is because recently, this past April 27th, this album celebrated its 10th anniversary. It's 10 years old. Yeah, but unfortunately, I was only introduced to this album about a year ago. So, as I've stated on here before, I wasn't really a big pop music listener until like 2012. That's when that all started coming in. However, last summer, I made the decision, I don't know why I did this decision, to watch all of iCarly again, because I loved iCarly growing up, and I never finished actually watching it. But I remember I got to this episode, and I remember it's like where Carly, Sam, and Freddie are trying to help some guy with his wedding. And this guy writes a song for this lady, and he's like, I can't sing it, I'm too emotional. And he's like, Carly, you sing it. And Miranda Cosgrove sings her new, well, I guess it wasn't a single, but her new song, Shakespeare. I was inspired because I was like, hey, I like that song. So I decided to go and listen to this album where it came from, and I could have not been more pleasantly surprised. I guess we'll get further into detail as we go on, but let's just talk about it. So Sparks Fly was Miranda Cosgrove's first studio album. She released an EP before this called About You Now, and she had dabbled a little bit with singing in the iCarly soundtrack. And this album was released on April 27th of 2010, again, 10 years ago. And this album actually charted at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 200, which is pretty good. I have to say that's not bad for your first studio album. And it only spawned one single, which was Kissin U, which charted at number 54. So I don't even know why to begin why I like this album. I think it's fun. It's I think it's actually a very decent, well done album, and it's better, honestly, than it has any right to be. But I guess without further ado, we're just gonna get started listening to this album together. So, fun little fact, this album, there's 3 editions. There's the standard, deluxe, and iTunes edition. And I have listened to this album all the way through. But if I remember correctly, like once the deluxe tracks come in, that's where I don't really like the songs as much. But I recognize some I know more than others, so some I'm like, I don't really honestly remember how it goes. So we're just gonna get started together, and we're gonna begin, oh my god, here we go, with track number 1, the single, the bop, that is Kissin U.
Sparks fly, it's like electricity, I might die when I forget how to breathe. You get closer and there's nowhere
In this world I'd rather be.
'Cause when I'm kissing you, my senses come alive, almost like the puzzle piece I've been trying to find. Falls right into place, you're all that it takes. My doubts fade away when I'm kissing you. When I'm kissing you, it all starts making sense, and all the questions I've been asking in my head, like, are you the one? Should I really trust? Crystal clear it becomes when I'm kissing you.
Okay, I love Sparks Fly. I think it's such a cute song. Miranda was obviously very young when she recorded this, and while I don't think you need to be old to experience love, she's a little young for like it, but you know what? I think that this song is a good description of what it can feel like to kiss someone. It's such a powerful experience where you can feel all these different types of emotions and feelings, and I think Kissin U is just such a great, it's so good. The production's really good. Unfortunately, again, this is a song that was written and produced by Dr. Luke, and again, we hate him, awful, horrible human being. Miranda sells it really well. When she does, I've watched a few of her performing these songs live, and unfortunately the girl, Miranda, I think could be a decent singer. Unfortunately, I find that she ends up being very flat most of the time when she sings. This one she does pretty well. I like it when she does that, the little acapella, the Sparks Fly. I always think this song is called Sparks Fly for some reason, but it's not. I always just, for some reason. But yeah, that's Kissin U. Just a great song. And it's had a little bit of a revival. It's on, and I hate admitting this, but I do watch TikToks. And this song is actually very popular. I don't know really what the point of it is, but it's on a lot of TikTok videos where they use this song. So I'm glad that it's had a second life in the 2020s, and maybe also in the 2019s. But yeah, I love that song. It's a classic. You should listen to it. I think it's a song that transcends the Nickelodeon little girl ness of it. We are on track number 2, and this is honestly my favorite song of the album. We have, oh my god, I'm actually really ready to do this for you guys. We have Bam.
Never thought I'd fall in love, now I stand corrected. Never thought I'd feel what I feel, never been so affected. You surprise me, hypnotize me, found my weakness, then you creeped in to my heart, man. Oh, you started to make my whole world just explode. My life has changed, can't concentrate. I was okay until we met that day, then.
I am obsessed, Bam. Can't get no rest, Bam.
Ever since we met.
Alright, here comes the cool thing to do with their voice. They lightly code this in auto-tune, and I'm here for it! And if you take it, it goes Oh, I love it. Oh, love you seconds. Ad-lib. Okay. I remember the first time I heard this song, I was like, oh, this is here. This is great. I love. Oh my god. Oh my god. This song, I'm amazed, honestly, that they only ever released one single from this album, because this album has many potentially hit singles. This should have been a single. I think it would have been a hit. I would have listened to it. It would have caught my attention. I didn't really listen to pop music at this time, and I would have been like, oh, that's catchy. Yeah. Oh my god. I love that little piece of it where they, and if I had to walk 1,000,000 miles, and they lightly code her voice in that auto-tune. I love it. It sounds so cool. Yeah, I love this song. It's one of my favorites. If you asked me to list my top 100, maybe, like, favorite pop songs, like bubblegum pop songs, this would easily be in the list. I don't know where, but, I don't want to live a life without this song. I'm just saying that right here, right now. Track number 3, which is titled Disgusting. And what I love about doing these videos is that I get to do a little research for each, for the video and all that. And I discovered that this song was written and was recorded originally by Kesha, of all people. And she actually did record it, and it was intended for Kesha, but they, for some reason, one reason or another, did not decide to put it on. I'm not sure which album it was. But they just made the decision, and the song was ended up giving to Miranda. And I actually did take a listen to the leaked, I don't know if it's technically a demo, but the leaked version of Kesha's Disgusting. And it's pretty much the same. The lyrics are a little more adult in Kesha's version, but they don't really, add all that much. And I think because Miranda's is the more finished product, I enjoy it more. So here we go. Disgusting. I love this. Bum, bum. Falling faster and faster. Oh my god. It's disgusting. Okay, so the thing about this song is that it's honestly probably the most juvenile song on the album. And that's not to say I don't like it, because I do like it. It's one of the ones I remember. But the lyrics are just so... Like, this sounds like something that I could hear on, like, Kids Bop. Like, you know what I mean? However, I think that the song does have merit in what it's about, because when a person meets their significant other, or starts to fall in love with someone, they start acting different, and the people that'll know is your friends, and they're like, you act different when you're around him. And, like, in a sense, like, from the reflection of, like, looking at yourself, you're like, oh, that is disgusting. I like it. I really do. It's cute. It's funny, though. It's just it's like, to me, the funniest one on this album. Track number 4, we have the song that introduced me to this album. And I also learned through my research that this song is actually a cover too by a lady named, I want to get it right, Susan Cagle. And I really like this song. I think it's probably the most beautiful song on the album. It reminds me of my friend Caitlin. Hi, Kate. And again, it's just beautiful. So let's listen to it together. And I love this guitar, or whatever, it's the band drop, if you will. Here we go.
I saw you there, so beautiful. You stopped and stared, so magical. Dancing like Shakespeare, Chapter. Watching movies on Sunday, like kissing when it's raining, making faces in the station. I need to know. I'll be
Listen right here, beautiful vocals. Aw, her vocals sound so nice here.
I need to know. What do you like before you go? Do you like Shakespeare?
Okay, again, just, this song is so beautiful, and I want to talk about a couple of things here. This song really should have been a single. I think it would have done really well on the radio. I think that if they had sent this to, like, adult contemporary stations, it would have done really well. It's a very adult-sounding song. I love it to this day. I think, even though I guess it could be considered like adult juvenile, it's teen pop. Teen pop, we'll go with that. I think it is a very beautiful piece. And here's the other thing, is that I said earlier that Miranda was very pitchy or like flat when she did some of these live, but that was years ago. She really sells it on this album. She sounds very convincing, especially in this song. And I think it helps her too, because I would argue Miranda Cosgrove is a pretty good actress. And I think being an actor really can help you if you're not the strongest singer. And she really, really does really well with a lot of this material. She sounds into it. She doesn't sound bored or lazy as some other artists can. And I appreciate her for that. She does a really good job in this album, and her vocal performance on this song is really, really good. Where it's stripped back and it's just really her vocals. She sounds gorgeous. So yeah, congrats to you, Miranda. And I gotta listen to the original version of this now that I know that it's a cover. So we'll get to that. I'll do that one day. We'll see. Track number 5, which is Hey You. And I can pinpoint like certain parts of the song. Like I remember that first line, you always see the beauty in a passing cloud. And then the, hey, you turned into. But I don't think I've ever listened to this song lyrically. So I am just gonna, we're gonna listen to this one lyrically together. And just go through it. I know this one's very beautiful too. And it's very piano driven. So let's give it a shot. Beautiful.
You always see the beauty in a passing cloud. You're the one who fixes me when I'm down. And the day
I love how this is building.
Do you have the feeling that you're
Okay. It's amazing what listening to lyrics will do to help you understand a song. Okay, so I knew I had the right feeling that I never really listened to this song lyrically, and I was right, because I never really truly knew the meaning of the song until I really actually listened to this with you guys here today. And that it's basically just about like this person that she's talking about seems to like always help everyone out, like he's such a nice guy, but doesn't value him or her or themselves as much as they value others. And she's like, hey you, like, you're great too. That's really pretty. Again, her vocals sound really nice here. The production is really beautiful. I wish I could say that I think it should have been a single, but I don't think it has much single potential. But it's a good song nonetheless and sticks out from being just more than an album track. And that's always the best thing that you can do. So, beautiful, beautiful piece. She sounds beautiful again, and I love it. Okay guys, track number 6, we're going back into bop territory with There Will Be Tears, which reminds me a lot of Cher's or just Save Up All Your Tears. It's very similar to, and they're both very rocky songs, but both good songs nonetheless. But today we're here to talk about There Will Be Tears. I love this right here, hang on. Here comes her cool vocals. Wait, where is it? Oh, here. Okay, again, this one should have been a single. It's a bop. It's really good. I would argue that her vocals sound, even though I like them, something sounds a little off about the "I'll be so clear." I like it. I don't know if it was, I don't know if she's proud of it, but that's just me. This is just such a fun song. I think it would pop off live. Again, this should have been a single. I think it could have been really successful. It's it's very much the updated 2010 version of Cher's Save Up All Your Tears, but it's a good song nonetheless. I love it, and I hope you, oh my god, wow. I forgot how good this album is. Track number 7, we have Oh, Oh, which I like, but if I remember correctly, it's very clunky. So let's just go through it together. Oh. I remember how it starts. She's like, oh, oh, boy, you said that you don't want anybody, then went and found somebody. Oh, oh. If you think I'm crying for you tonight, I'm not having my home. And I look so hot, the boys forgot that after in the Okay, so I was right. My assumption was right. I do remember this song being clunky because it sounds like 3 different songs in one, which is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But it just seems like we're starting off so differently. We're like, boy, you said you da-da-da-da, and then we go to, if you think I'm crying for you. I mean, it's a very positive song. Like, she does not need the man. She feels hot. These lyrics are maybe just a little tad risque for the Nickelodeon, even though usually some of the jokes they got away with on iCarly is pretty interesting now. But, I think I like it more, actually, maybe a little more now. But, oh, oh, that would be a fun, like, that was the one that makes me feel like I would be in the middle of the dance floor, because, again, that's basically what she's saying. But, yeah. Track number 8, which is entitled Daydream. And when I was doing my research, I found out that this song is another one that's not technically a cover, but this one a little more is than Disgusting. So this song was written by Avril Lavigne, and it was apparently going to be on one of her albums, and I don't know which one, but I can picture the cover. Basically, I guess they decided not to do it, and I think it wasn't released or it was released as a B-side. I'm not 100% certain of that. So if it was released as a B-side, then I do consider it a cover. But if it really truly wasn't, then it's kind of its own thing, I guess, because it was never fully released. I mean, technically, it's, you know, that's just how I make it make sense in my head. But yeah, and especially because I remember this song, and I'm like, oh yeah, this definitely sounds like Avril Lavigne wrote it. So here we go. This is Daydream. Oh wow, this really does sound like Avril Lavigne. Okay, so I forgot to mention that before I did this, I listened to Avril Lavigne's version, and I liked it too. I like this one too. It doesn't really change all that much. But what I find interesting is like when these type of songs that are meant for one artist go to the next, and it's like, how'd you let that go? Like, because this is a pretty good song, and again, this one does have single potential as well. I don't know if we're talking like a massive top 10 hit, but it's a good song nonetheless. I don't actually, you know what? I think maybe in 2010 this was not a good single choice. No, maybe not. But it's a good song. It definitely sounds like it's definitely Avril Lavigne. But Miranda does a good job with it vocally. Some good belted notes I heard. So yeah, it's a good song and pretty interesting like that. And it was like how it ended up here on this album. All right. So if you're one of those poor son of a guns who didn't know at the time about deluxe editions or anything like that. So that's where the standard edition ends. It only clocks in like 25 minutes, which isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes a short album's a good album. But there was also a deluxe edition, which I have right here, which features 4 bonus tracks. So we're just gonna get right into them right now. And some of these, like out of all these tracks coming up, I only recognize 2. So this one right now, which is track number 9, which is Brand New You, and I don't remember how this one goes, but I'm sure once we listen to it, I will. So let's do it. I remember it. Her vocals sound different here. This doesn't sound like Miranda Cosgrove. Maybe it's just too low for her? Now that sounds like her. Okay, so this track possibly has the potential to be a really good single, but there's something off. I think the song could have used a couple of rewrites. So I don't know, something just seems a little off. But what was really getting me is that the first verses, her voice sounded, it didn't sound like Miranda Cosgrove, or it sounded like somebody, or they covered her voice in very discreet auto-tune, which I don't understand why that would be needed, because she's more than capable of handling that, and the auto-tune doesn't add anything stylistically. It just doesn't make any sense, because it's not there through the rest of the song. So I'm a little torn. I want to like it, but I also want a few more polishes made to it. If they had polished it, I would have said that this deserved to be on the standard version, but as it stands here, something's off, and I don't think that it... I don't know, just something's off. Okay, we are on track number 10, one that I do recognize, and I would say that this song, which is entitled What Are You Waiting For, kind of sounds like if you combined Shakespeare and Hey You into one song, and that is this one, What Are You Waiting For? I remember it though. I love this guitar. Okay, so I feel so torn because I love this song so much. Like, I think it's a very beautiful piece. Again, her vocals shine. The song is beautifully produced. And maybe some people don't see it, but I do feel like this song is a mixture of Shakespeare and Hey You. That's just to me. So that's why I'm almost tempted to say I don't think it should be on the standard edition. But it's so good that I'm like, well, how can I not have it on the standard edition? But you know what? Fuck it. It should be. It doesn't. It deserves to be more than a bonus track. It's so beautiful. And again, this could have been not a hit single, but I think this could have been sent to adult contemporary radio, and it would have done really well. It's very pretty, and yeah, I like it. Track number 11, Adored, which I don't really, the only thing I remember is how it starts. It has this really beautiful intro, but I don't remember lyrically what it's about or anything like that. So here we go, Adored. Yeah, I remember this. I have to listen to this one lyrically, so we're gonna do this together. Oh.
I'm willing to try this, but maybe you're not. And let's give it a shot. But let's throw ourselves in and get soaking wet. Don't just dip our toes in, not yet.
Soaking
Don't
wet.
tell me that. I'm willing to show you the thoughts in my mind. From the bottom of your heart, let me know I'm adored. What's the point in settling for less? My heart, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart.
So this might be the messiest track on the album. I didn't really like it. There were like, maybe if we're talking about this in percents, I like 25% of this song. Again, this is a song where it sounds like there's 3 different songs in one. Something's off about her vocals. I could see the stylistic, this one I understand maybe a little more stylistic auto-tune. That's when you should use auto-tune. It sounds like there's a little bit of that on here, and I kind of get it, but I also kind of don't. I don't know. I don't know, man. There's something... This is definitely a bonus track. And not to say it's a bad bonus track, but I don't think... If I was, like, putting this song together, I'd be like, yeah, we don't really need that one. We can scrap that, so... Yeah, that's the... lyrically, it's nice. But again, it's just all over the place. Track number 12, Beautiful Mess, which I don't remember how this one goes either, so here we go. Oh no.
I feel crazy while you say you had your fun and it's a beautiful mess.
A terror in your new dress is not a beautiful mess. I'm sorry. I hated that lyric. I would be pissed if my clothes got ripped. Love those backing vocals. Okay, let's get just one thing straight. This song is stupid. But I kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like a cheap knockoff of "Bleed in Love" by Leona Lewis. I hated that lyric. Like a tear in my brand new dress. Like I said, no, that's not a beautiful mess. I'm getting my money back if that's what's happening. And I don't know whether her vocals sound a little mature here, but I don't know if it's editing on her voice, which is obviously there, but I don't know. Okay, I liked it. I can't lie. I kind of liked it. I was into it. I was, and I'll admit it. Alright, so for all the physical media versions of Sparks Fly, that's where it ends. However, on iTunes, there was one more bonus track, which is called Charlie. And this really isn't just an iTunes exclusive, because it is on Spotify as well. So I guess they're trying to make it seem like this is the full album. I don't know. But I don't remember anything about Charlie. So here we go, track number 13, Charlie. Oh. Sorry. Oh no. Okay. So it's a cute, fun song. But I think Miranda is a little better than this material. It sounds, again, like something I'd hear on Kids Bop. And not in the good way. Like, whereas where I said Disgusting kind of sounds like a Kids Bop song. It works. Something about this doesn't completely work. It doesn't stand out. And I think it does deserve to be a bonus track. But again, at only 45 minutes, it's not like it really changes anything. Yeah. It's catchy. It's catchy, don't get me wrong. But again, there's something off. The bonus tracks on this one, to me, are just not the biggest standouts. The best one is obviously What Are You Waiting For? Yeah. Poor Charlie. Okay guys, so that was Sparks Fly by Miranda Cosgrove, and before I give my final thoughts, I'm going to do a new thing now on my Instagram, which you can follow. It is at Salvador J. Rocha. I'm going to put on my story, every time I do one of these, I'm going to put basically a, what do you think of this album, and it'll be the album and you'll see it. So that's a new thing I'm going to start, because I want to get your guys' thoughts in here too. And so we're going to begin with these, and I think if I ever get famous, we can hope, right? I'll have to pick and choose, but right now it's only a few select people who've posted on it. But here are 4 little mini reviews that people have given me that I just wanted to share about Sparks Fly. So first one comes from my friend Anthony. He said, "Bubblegum pop at its finest." I agree. This guy, and if I butcher these names, I'm so sorry. Regis Re-Gip. Hope that's right. I just listened to the album and there's some fun, cute moments. Disgusting and There Will Be Tears. Fur Glove said, "It's so underrated. She could have been a big star. I love Charlie." Sorry. Don't forget about her EP, High Maintenance. I think it has good tracks. Oh, this guy also. This is Regis Re-Gip. I think it has good tracks. Shakespeare is the best of them, but not much substance. So those are the 4 little mini reviews I got from you guys. Thank you for those. So let's talk about what I think. So I remembered when I first listened to this album, I loved the first half and I didn't really care for the second half, and I think that still kind of rings true. I think I appreciate the second half a little more now, but it's, I think maybe the best thing was, I think if we were going to take anything, I think ending it with Daydream is a good thing, and then maybe I would add What Are You Waiting For, but the rest of the tracks don't really do a whole lot for me. Sorry to the one guy who liked Charlie. I think still my favorite songs are Bam, Shakespeare, Kissin U, There Will Be Tears. I agree, there's not a whole lot of substance here. But again, this album is a lot better than it has any right to be. And I still enjoy it. Like, I think that the songs that stand out, and I agree that some of these should have been more singles. I think it's a crime that a lot of these were not singles, because they could have done really, really well. And Miranda Cosgrove was really popular at the time this came out, so I don't see a reason why it wouldn't have been a success. So yeah, that kind of sums up my thoughts there. Just to tack this on, Miranda Cosgrove released an EP a year after this called High Maintenance, which has a lot of good tracks on it as well too. And funny enough, when they re-released, or I don't know if they re-released it or it was the first release in Japan, they re-released, we'll go with that, or released Sparks Fly as a Japanese version, which combined the best tracks from this album and the best tracks from the EP High Maintenance, and I believe it also included Leave It All to Me and I think About You Now. Don't quote me on that. But actually, I did take all the tracks and I found that track listing and I made a playlist out of it. And I think it works really well as that. It kind of works well as a greatest hits Miranda Cosgrove album, but it cuts out what you don't need here and it cuts out what you don't need on High Maintenance. But if this does well, I'll gladly talk about High Maintenance because I think there are some really fun songs on that one too. And at only 5 songs, it'll be an easy video to make. But yeah, so that was Sparks Fly, and I'm still a fan. I think it deserved more. I think that about a lot of albums. But yeah, it's cute, and apparently people hate it when I say that, but what's cute is cute, and I'm sorry. I like it, and I'll definitely listen to it again, and I'm curious again, what are your guys' thoughts? Please tell me in the comments below, and as always, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It means the world to me when you guys do that, and this channel is gonna grow by you guys sharing any video that you like. I mean, again, it truly means the world to me, and as always, you can follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha. I said that here before, but yeah, I love making these videos for you guys. It's fun to talk about this stuff. No one is talking about this stuff on the internet, mostly because no one really cares. But I care, and that's all that matters. So, I just gotta say, guys, thank you again so much for watching, and, oh my god, Sparks Fly with, every video and every view you guys give me. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys very soon.